Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to discuss some fight moves taken from our forms. These moves can be used in sparring, practiced on the bags. As you know, you should become familiar with all of your movements so you can execute them supplely and with speed from different angles. The first movement we're going to do is a movement taken from one of the forms. It's going to be a sweeping block followed by a punch underneath the incoming arm, striking against the ribs, and then we're going to turn slightly, lifting the arm and palming against the ribs that we've already struck. So 1-2 movements, striking against the ribs in 2 strikes. This is good if your opponent's very tough, they strike in, you move so that their punch is offline from your face and sweep along, trying to add more forward impetus to make them slightly extend their body and striking against their ribs. And if they're very tough, maybe they can absorb the strike, but when you twist and lift their arm, their ribs are already weakened, so the second palm will sink deeper into their body, causing damage to their ribs. So this movement taken from Pinkyun is a block and punch, lift and palm. Nice and simple, nice and quick. Practice this on the bag. 1, 2 on the dummy, boom, boom. Or as you move in sparring with your opponent, as they strike, hit their rib, lift their arm and hit their rib again. 2 touch, nice and easy. The next movement is a slicing strike against the neck. This is taken from Paitan, the Paitan form, the slicing bridge form. So, as we're up in a guard, as our opponent strikes, we cup their hand down with our rear hand, pulling it slightly across our body, and we strike upward along a slicing angle with the bone of our forearm, aiming to land underneath their jawline across their neck and slicing outward, rolling their neck muscle and compressing the nerves in the side of their neck. So we block and strike across the top. This also gives us a nice shield against counter hooks, protecting our head and striking along their neck, causing damage to the blood vessels and the nerves in the neck, and a fainting type sensation in the body, allowing you to follow up with your other hand. So we move, we keep our opponent in sight. As he strikes, we strike their hand down and thrust with the forearm, turning the body, striking on the neck. This is a nice move to utilize the heavy bone of the forearm. We can use this against the bags, against the dummy. Again, it's something that you should train so that it becomes a second nature technique. The next movement we're going to do is Deng Choi. This is a nailing punch which comes around, striking at the liver or the heart, and up at the temple or the side of the neck with the phoenix eye fist, aiming to dot in behind the ear on the side of the neck here with a hard force. As you sweep across your body, your forearm protects your head and your face. We change arms and we strike back across with the elbow, trying to nail the side of the neck, but also covering the body. Striking low with the other hand, striking against the organs of the underneath the ribs, aiming to punch our phoenix eye fist into the soft organs underneath the ribs and slide our other hand up into their neck. If there's a fist or something comes along our center line, we can come across and hook it out to the other side as we strike. So Deng Choi can be performed repeatedly as a defensive measure or an offensive measure, striking against the outsides of our opponent's neck and head. So this is, again, like all our other movements, to be practiced on the bag. As we're sparring, sudden attack with this to move our opponent's arm, It should become a second nature technique that we can use fluidly and as we wish. So the final movement of this fighting move video is going to be Gotsa, a outward cutting bridge with the side of the forearm and the top knuckles of the hand. So our arms are up, we turn our wrist and drag slightly back and out, creating a arc type movement towards the outside of our shoulder. So cutting out and back, out and back. So if there's a strike coming in, we can turn and cut out and back, opening up a hook punch so it doesn't strike us, allowing us to enter forward. We can come on the outside of an arm, moving out and back, allowing us to access in. Or if we've already blocked, we can use it to cut out and back and strike at the back of our opponent's head, behind the ear, with our top knuckle. 1, 2 as a strike, block and strike, block and strike. Simple movement, but turning the wrist and the shoulder allows us to get force. We turn out and we strike in. We block, we strike with it. Again, this is a movement we should practice so that it becomes nice and simple, a second nature movement. We can fire on the bags, on our opponents, on the dummy. So it doesn't matter, we can just fire it whenever we want to fire it. It's like all our other techniques, a supple and second nature movement that we can just use for combat, self-defense, sparring, whatever you choose to. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.